Let's just start with a question. Does your life truly make you happy? Not sort of happy, not kind of happy, but is it the life you've always dreamt of? If you're hesitating, this podcast is for you. Many of us are living lives that we're settling for instead of lives that light us up. This podcast will help you learn how to overcome your own fears, how to keep dreaming those big, bold dreams that you're having, but to also take action so that you can have the life you've always yearned for. Welcome to the Amara Brown Show. Thank you for being here. Let's get this party started. Hey y'all, hey, this is Amara. Thank you so much for tuning into my first podcast. I am so grateful for you to be here. You have no idea. This is a brand new podcast that I'm just starting, and I'm really excited because I have this big vision for this, and I'm going to kind of break down why I started this podcast and what my big goal for it is. So I'm going to start with a little story first. Okay. So if you know me personally, and now you're getting to know me personally, so hey, I am an information junkie. I love to learn. I love growing. I love professional development. Anything that's going to make me better, I'm all about it. Now, when I was a kid, that actually kind of manifested as being a little bit or a lot of it of a teacher pet. I was sort of obnoxious, honestly, as a kid when school was involved. I was always turning my work in on time. I had really good grades. I was like the kid who went to the teacher and was like, excuse me, why didn't I get a 90 on this or above? I was wrapped a little tight, y'all. So like, give me a little break, but I'm not like that now, but I was totally like that as a kid. But I think the reason why, or I know the reason why I was like that was because it was instilled in me that I had to have good grades to get a good job. And this definition of good is interesting, right? Because good is subjective, but also my parents had good jobs, but they were miserable. They hated their jobs. They were constantly coming home. They had bad attitudes. They were frustrated. And I remember being in high school and telling myself, I'm not doing that. If I don't like my job, I'm leaving the job. Now, fast forward to being an adult. And I sort of understand why my parents and other adults operate this way. And that's what I want to talk about on the podcast. Most of us are living lives that they don't make us happy. They're not necessarily making us miserable, but they're just like good, but they're not what we really want. And the main reason why most of us are doing this is because we're afraid. We're afraid to take steps to our definition of happiness. And if your definition of happiness isn't status quo, then you're even more afraid. And I understand that because I've been there. My life today is one that I can say that if I wasn't here tomorrow, that I would be proud of myself because I had done everything that I wanted to do, even if I wasn't always successful. And in order for you to live a happy life and be fulfilled, you have to overcome fear, 100%. And it's hard to overcome fear because our society, our brains, everything around us is telling us this is a problem, this is a threat, avoid, avoid, avoid. But what that leaves us is you're not happy. You're living a life that you're waiting for something to change, waiting for your kids to go to college. You're waiting to get a new job, but you're not doing any actions towards it because you're afraid of what is possible. But I'm here to tell you, what if what's possible is better than what you could ever dream and imagine? You just have to get past the fear. Everything you want is on the other side of fear, 100%. But it's difficult to do that because it takes a lot of work. But I'm here, and this podcast is here to teach you the cheat codes, right? I want to spread joy with this podcast. I believe genuinely that life is supposed to bring us tremendous joy, but we have to choose it, and we have to choose actions that bring us closer to it. And so this podcast, I want to help you overcome your fear so that you can not only define your own happiness, but you can actually take steps in that direction because you deserve it. You don't deserve a life that you have regrets or I wish I would have. You deserve a life from a life of love, a life of happiness and joy, and saying, I can't believe I did that thing, but I'm so glad I did it. But we have to tackle fear first. So, what I would hope from you as a listener of this podcast would to be to fully engage with me. Send me emails about the content that I'm creating. Complete the assignments that I ask and suggest, and take full advantage of this space because this is for you. I am here to help you get a life that you dream and yearn for every day and make it a reality because you deserve it. We all deserve it. So I want to thank you so much for listening to this first episode of the podcast. I'm so excited to bring you more information next week and content. So make sure you subscribe so that you can be back here next week. And until next time, take care. See y'all soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I am so grateful for your time and your energy around this podcast. If you'd like to subscribe, I highly recommend it so that you won't miss an episode. Anything that I mentioned will be in the show notes, so go check those out. And until next time, dream big, be bold, and choose your happy. Thank you so much.